Hello, everybody. My name is Lewis Lee, and this is Playing in Traffic. We do this every Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, and we talk about cars, boats, trucks, anything you put gas in. We got one of the most famous radio channels on Sunday, Motormouth Radio. Ray, what's up, Ray?
Oh, me. Hey, Lewis.
What's
Doing
good?
well.
Hey, this week went by fast, man. We're back at Thursday.
Absolutely. That's how I mark my weeks now. It's Sunday and Thursday, Sunday and Thursday, Sunday and Thursday.
Yeah, it comes quick.
Yeah.
Sure. So tonight, well, last week you were talking about doing some body work on your car and getting your car painted. So I reached out to Arco, and he's the master sprayer, fabricator, metal connoisseur. So he's on tonight.
Excellent.
Come give us some knowledge.
Yeah, my car is currently in the shop, and I tell you, what you would think would be an easy thing is turned into quite an ordeal. Now they're getting supplements from Haggerty and all sorts of stuff. So I got to say that the bottom line on that is if you have a classic car and you have it insured, get it insured by a good company.
Right.
You don't want to have problems with a repair.
Yeah, and they sure will try to beat you on the head too.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Yep. All right, let's get Arco in. Let's see what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey Arco, haven't seen you in a coon's age.
Right, I know, huh? Holy crap, I gotta move over here.
So before we start with Arco, we just want to say that this is Arco from Outlaw Edge. He's one of the premier to kick us some knowledge. What's up,
Thank
Mr.
you,
Arco?
Good to see you guys.
Oh yes, we miss you, man. You can't be playing around. You gotta come on more.
I miss you guys too, man. Just been super busy. Ray looks like he's like 30 years younger tonight. What the hell?
Really?
Yeah.
I feel 30 years older. Yeah, it's nice balmy weather we're having. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's
right.
been
Well,
real cold here,
how much snow you got out there, Arco?
Oh, we barely have anything right now. There was maybe a foot in the last month or so, and that's it.
Oh,
and it's
doing good.
Yeah, it's been melting, except for the real cold nights. It's been melting.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Now Brian down in Maryland had 7 inches the other day.
Yeah.
In Maryland, and we had nothing up here. So it's the weather patterns have been kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's been this is the second year that's been a real mild winter,
Yeah.
Since I've been here.
We got around 4 inches, 4 or 5 here. Not too bad. Yep. So Arco, tell us about your upcoming car, man, that you're working on.
Rogue, completely handmade. Started with a 51, a 51 or a 48 Studebaker, and kind of got some ideas. And then we took the reason I'm saying this is I had a guy on YouTube asking me about this tonight. And so we took the whole car completely apart and we used nothing from the Studebaker. We used a part of the windshield, I think. Is that it? That's about it. And then the rest of the car is completely handmade. And you can go find it on my YouTube channel, Outlaw Edge. And it's got the full build on there and whatever. And I want to get that one ready for SEMA. And when we were getting it ready for SEMA and trying to build it and whatever, then that's when COVID hit and everything went sideways. And now we're kind of starting over. So maybe next year at SEMA, it'll be there. Not sure. We've been working on it, more and more lately. So hoping to get it finished,
Nice. You were showing me some pictures of it, man. It's incredible the work you're doing on it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm just excited to get the doors on it because that's really got me pumped up. I've been saying for a long time, I wanted to get the doors on it. And I took the Lamborghini style hinges and I took the driver, put it to the passenger to the driver, and then I flipped them upside down. So I reversed them. And then so now it has actual suicide doors and Lamborghini doors on it,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sweet.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah,
and,
when I grow up, I want to be like you.
I'm hoping to get our damn metal shape. We've been talking about our metal shaping classes for a long time. I'm hoping to get those up and running soon, but we'll see what happens. It's a lot of work doing all that crap,
Yeah.
And we've been so busy in the shop. The shop is absolutely just slammed with cars right now. And, with the weather, you can't really push stuff outside. There's a lot of bare metal cars and everything else. I was doing a paint job in the shop today. Instead of doing it at the body shop, we're so full. I got stuff in the fab shop, painting cars right now. So
Nice.
Last time we talked here, I know you were doing a lot of motorcycle stuff too.
yeah, we do all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, motorcycles, cars, trucks, 4-wheel drives, whatever,
Right.
My main passion though is metal shaping. I love doing the hand-built stuff, the hand-built cars, whatever. I've got Rogue that we're doing that's completely handmade. And then my dream car I'm building for myself, because Rogue, we're going to sell that. But Vigilante, I mean, I imagine I'd sell that too if somebody had a big fat wallet, But Vigilante is a convertible boat tail speedster roadster, and I want to keep that for myself.
Nice.
I'm a big roadster guy, so I like topless cars and chop top, real radical style stuff. So nothing we build is boring. It's all like crazy radical stuff,
Yeah.
Almost undrivable.
Yeah.
Almost. Sweet. I can't wait to get out there and see you guys.
Yeah, me too. It'd be awesome to get you to park your bus here, stay for a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
Bring Ray with you and everybody else. What is that
Load
like?
up
That's like a 14 room bus.
I don't know. He's been taking up the space pretty fast, man. He's been building stuff like crazy in there.
Yeah, I've been watching all of his stuff on social media that he's been posting like crazy. He's been busy. I can tell he's retired now too, because he's just pumping the videos out.
Right. In the beginning, it was like how much weight was coming out of it, and now it's like how much weight is he putting back into it?
Yeah.
Because that wood gets heavy.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Can you see me?
No.
Nope.
All right, hold on.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I think I'm back. Nope.
You were.
All right, I'm here, I think.
You are.
Okay, so the bus, I can carry 33,000 pounds, and
Wow.
I'm not even close. I'm up around 26.
So you're not going to be able to put the pool in it then?
Yeah.
No pool this year.
No pool, no waiting room, nothing like that. No gambling hall.
Nope. Yeah, so I'm good. And I got 200 or 100-gallon water tank too. So with the 100-gallon water tank, I still will be under 27.
Yeah.
Oh man, everybody's on here. Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna get the
NZ
fellas
Mopar
in.
Outlaw Customs. Let's see, NZ Mopar Outlaw Customs, and then you got Honest Paint Speed Shop, and then Jimmy, Mill Creek, Whiskey Dents. Man, everybody's on here. Hey guys.
They all came to see you.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Those are your guys.
That's hella cool.
Yep. So let's before I let the rest of the fellas in, Arco, you got anything you want to promote or talk about real quick? Let
Real quick. So right here, NZ Mopar Outlaw Customs, that's us in New Zealand, and that is Glenn, and he's actually the one that helped me design the car, do all the drawings, and get everything set up so that we could build the car one-to-one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of my best friends right there. And then we took a kind of like 3 or 4 different drawings, and I was telling Glenn when we started to do this car, I had this crazy vision of what I wanted to build, and I told him, hey, this is what I want, whatever. And he took all this mess that I had scribbled out on paper. I thought this was going to take months to get back, and within a half hour, he's like, here, bro, I got the pick for you or whatever. And he drew it out, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the car right there, man. Like, and then boom, we started building it right away. It was fun.
That's sweet. Yeah, we got to get Glenn on here as a special guest.
Yeah, I'd love to have him on here.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if he has time tonight or whatever, but hey, Whiskey Dents. Whiskey Dents is giving away a truck on YouTube. Go to Whiskey Dents YouTube channel and you subscribe, and he's got a deal that he's doing a giveaway truck. It's really cool. I'm not sure what year it is, but it's an old Ford shorten up truck, like a 1-ton or whatever. But
oh yeah,
trick setup, yeah. And he's going to be giving it away on his YouTube channel. So
what's the channel again? Whiskey Dicks?
Whiskey Dents.
Dents. Okay.
Whiskey Dicks is a restaurant, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, go to his YouTube channel and what do you got to do? Subscribe and enter the win?
Oh, it's a GMC. I thought that was a Ford. I'm sorry. It's a 1973 GMC cab over pickup. Yeah, he's got a setup on his YouTube channel on Whiskey Dents, and you go over there and subscribe, and then he's got some stuff you do to get set up to win this truck, and he's going to give it away on his YouTube channel.
73
that
GMC.
one garage is on here. We've got some whole bunch of cool people on here. Oh.
Yeah, man. Okay,
Appreciate all the support, you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. If you're on YouTube, if you could re-share this live to your people, help us get it out to more people. All right, let's
there
get
you go.
then.
Hey,
What's happening? There he is.
I heard Arco was going to be on the show tonight, so I popped some popcorn.
Okay, yeah.
Hey
We knew
guys.
he was coming, so we gotta show out a little bit.
Hello.
All right, we got
Hello.
the crew in. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm cold. It's wet and it's cold. We got snow on the ground in Texas.
Oh yeah, good.
This guy's in Texas and he's saying he's cold.
What's up
Moved to Minnesota.
And I'm not going to say anything, man. I'm in
Yeah,
Florida.
Florida's jacked up too, right?
It's 40 degrees.
Nice.
Yeah,
He's got
that's
the winter shirt on.
Yeah, I know.
40 degrees, man. I can live all year round. 40.
Yeah, I could too.
22 and 7 inches of snow here.
I used to go out in shorts and t-shirt when I was in Long Island when it was 40 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm cold.
Here.
Yeah.
We're at 14 right now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't like those days. I was lived in Chicago for 3 years, and I didn't like that weather.
Yeah, I hear you.
There's a cool feeling though. You go outside and you like just suck in through your nose and it freezes all your nose hairs. Weird feeling. Weird feeling.
So,
keep that.
Arco, let's get this metal shaping class thing going. I'll
Yeah,
open
we'll
up
do
the
that.
garage. Come on down.
We gonna do it in Texas or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm tired of waiting, man. Heidi and I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I mean, I figure if we could do something at your place and then do something at my shop too, start spreading it around, that'd be cool.
Yes,
You know,
let's do it. Let's figure out how to
Yeah.
set a date, and we'll just come up with a project and a game plan, and then we need students.
Yeah.
what'd be cool is to do it down in Texas and then back up to Minnesota when you have your car show, so everybody can come up and do the car show too.
There you go.
Man, everybody wants us to do events at our car show, but it's so crazy. I'm wiped out after the car show, man. I got nothing left. Before or after my car show, there's nothing left.
Yeah.
Robert's Garage, what's up? And then Matt the Scrap Whisperer, the Fabric Cobbler.
Hey, I appreciate everybody coming in tonight in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
YouTube and Facebook.
I want to know more about this Signature Solar air conditioning unit.
Okay. Actually, I just put my second one up. Hold on, let me grab my camera.
That's one of those mini splits.
Yeah, right there. Can you see it?
But that's from Signature Solar.
Yeah. So it's made by EG4 Electronics. Is my camera working?
No, I don't see it on there. Tim Windsor,
Hold on. Let me.
Out of Order Garage. What's on here? Right on. Hey, guys.
Can you see it?
Nice door. No, you have to go up.
Oh, there you go.
go.
Gotcha. I'm looking on
Okay,
the bottom
so-
of the screen, bro.
So that's the inside unit. And then I have one in the back of the bus too. That's over the door coming into the bus. And hold on, let me get out of this camera. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Redneck Entertainment Channel. What's up, brother? Good to have you guys all in here, man. You inside the bus or what?
Yeah. Yep. Hold on one second. Let me get my.
Oh, you broke it now.
Now, yeah, 3 dots. That looks good.
Hold on, switching cameras. All right, there we go. Can you see me now?
We can see.
Yes,
it.
Yes,
sir.
we can.
All right. Cool. So Signature Solar down there where you're at, Paul. They why am I the only one on the screen? There we go.
Bless you.
Damn, Paul, bless you.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. So Signature Solar. They sell solar panels. They sell all the solar equipment, batteries, everything. And
Right.
so I got two mini splits, one 4K and one 12K. So this one's the 12K, and it runs off the solar panels too. So when I could be off grid, and if the sun out, the solar will run my air conditioners. It's pretty slick.
And that's pretty badass too, because a lot of them won't do that. You know, they'll just kill the generator or whatever. You know.
Yep.
What about heat? Well, can it provide you heat as well?
Yes. Yeah, they're a heat pump in them. So it does heat, air, runs off solar or grid. So I can, if I'm off grid and my batteries at nighttime, my batteries will kick over and take care of the power.
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
All right.
Yeah,
What's up?
Who is your contact up there at Signature Solar?
I'll text it to you. I'll text
Please
it to you.
do.
Yeah.
Hi,
So
Mike. How you doing?
I am a affiliate influencer for them, so I give everybody a discount too. If you want to get something, let me know. I'll send you a link. You get a little discount.
Okay.
Yep. And the prices are great, man, on the solar panels. Like I bought brand new panels I got the bigger ones, so I pay like $170 a panel. But I've seen them used for $150. You know what I mean? They got a place out in I think it's in Arizona. And what's the name of the place? I forget. But they're used ones that they take out of those farms, those solar farms.
Right.
They sell them for $150 all day. So I got brand new ones with a 10-year warranty.
$20 more.
Yeah, I got the big boy. I got the 440 watt solar panels.
440 a piece.
Yes. Yep.
Wow, that's about 15 years ago. I bought some Harbor Freight ones just for the hell of it. 15 watts. It's
Yeah.
come a long way from.
Oh yeah. So check this out. My panels, I got 8 of them. So my panels, they collect from the sun on the top, and they're called bifacial. So if sun hits my roof and comes back up, it'll charge from the bottom too. So it can go up to 550 a panel.
That's tight.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's smart, man.
So I got 4 panels that are going to slide out the sides of the bus, motorized out. So those will be collecting more because it's going to, be sticking out. Yep.
5 years ago, when I read about solar panels and air conditioning, they said you couldn't run an air conditioner on solar panels.
Yeah, these are built for it though. They're special built for
Times
solar.
has changed.
Yeah. Yep. I can hook. I can hook this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I can hook this solar. I can hook the solar panels up directly to the mini split and never have any other power to it.
Oh wow!
Wow, that's cool.
How many panels does that take?
What?
How many panels does that take? Well,
they said it would take about 4 panels or 400 watts. So if you get 400 watts, one of my panels will run a mini split.
One panel will run a mini split.
That's crazy.
If it 400 watts, you got to have 400 watts to get it.
Right. That's what you bought. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you look at an LED light nowadays. You look at that, and it's like they hardly take anything nowadays. They've just made it where everything's working off solar panels or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
You can live off grid and not even have to deal with the guy with the electricity and whatever. Water pumps, everything.
Well, Signature Solar's 15 miles from here. 8 miles from here is where that big solar farm is going in. So shouldn't be any reason why I can't get something out of them.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're big dogs. Here, let me show you my battery hookup real quick. I'll take you with me. All right, so here's my fridge. I got an apartment-sized fridge because my wife likes to eat.
Her.
So here's my solar hookup.
Oh wow.
So I got four
batteries.
rack batteries. That's my inverter charger. Then the solar comes into this box here, on and off switch. Oh, that's it.
Damn, you look like you're a professional, Lewis.
Well, nothing caught on fire, so I guess I'm doing okay.
Hey, Lewis.
Yes, sir.
Lewis, Whiskey Dance Chris was just asking. He's like, hey, can you put all the is there any way you can put the YouTube channel links in the description somehow? All of them? Like maybe when the show's over or whatever?
Yeah. If you put it in the comments, I can add them. Let's see.
How do you put them in the comments though? Me?
Or if they put them in the comments,
Right.
then I'll go put them on the screen.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind dropping your links into the comments, that way everybody can kind of follow your channels or whatever. That'd be cool.
Let's see.
So, not to change the subject, but Paul and I, you were talking about tonight. Want to talk about metal shaping and all that. But Paul and I have been talking for a while. We've been wanting to get a metal shaping classes going, And I think you're right. Like if we could do something in Texas, because I have a huge following in Texas where I can go around and get a bunch of people over there.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from car shops, YouTube channels, Facebook, whatever, tattoo shops, all kinds of stuff. It'd be nice to get people brought over to his place to do a metal shaping class there, and then maybe do one at our shop also,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be willing to roll. I got time. I can fly now.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's see if we can't coordinate it when you're already going to be in the generalized area. So you're not coming from Portland, Oregon down here.
Yeah.
I want you to be down here before you go to Portland, Oregon, so I can stow away on the bus.
Oh yeah. He said stow away. I got room in the storage under the bed.
There you go.
Hey, how you doing, John? John Shokar Builder just joined us too. That nut job, he's crazy. He drove all the way from Washington to Minnesota to our car show last year, or year before last, whatever it was. And he leaves my car show. He stays for like 3 or 4 days, helps me out on Heidi's Pontiac. And then hope you don't mind me talking about this, bro. But he leaves our car show, takes off, he ends up calling me from jail. we had to help bail him out, man.
Well, that tops my story from when I came to visit you.
Hey, Joey, turn that crap off.
It's echoing.
Joey.
As soon as he joined, yeah.
Yeah, Joey, you got something open.
I don't have anything open but this page right here.
I think it's Papa Squirrel.
Somebody's got something on.
That was Papa Squirrel. He gone.
Yeah, somebody has
Yeah, I still hear it.
Bluetooth or something on in
No,
the
somebody
background.
else is
Hang up.
There it is.
There it's gone.
So Arco, what type of class? Like explain the class a little bit.
I think Heidi'd be able to explain it better, but we're gonna have like a number 1, number 2, number 3. It'd be like maybe like a novice, or I'm not sure how you would want to talk about it. And then of course advanced at the top. But we would do metal shaping where we would teach simple hammer and dolly, beater bag, metal shaping stump, and English wheel, planishing hammer. We'd show pretty much how to use some of the certain tools, and then I wouldn't just have them talk about, or I wouldn't just talk to them about what they're going to be doing. I would have them actually do hands-on building something in my class and learning how to make all the shapes and the like Paul says, you got shape. You explain it, Paul. You got shape and you got what?
It's shape and form.
And form.
So the distinct difference between the two, it's shape and form.
And you can do what with
don't
metal?
get form and function confused here. Form is just that. It's the piece of paper that can lay flat. Lays flat, that's a form. You fill it out, you write on it, whatever. anytime you take that piece of paper and you got to rip it to bring it apart from each other or to tuck it in, and that's shrinking. Well, now we're into shaping the metal. Forming the metal it's all flat. It's all single dimensional. You can, wrap anything around. What's unique is when you start getting into the geometry, you don't need to actually make any shape other than a triangle with the form, because you can make almost anything out of a series of triangles. But
Yes.
that's Arco can explain that one better than I can.
So
when it comes into the actual shaping of it, the beater bag, the English wheel, stretching and shrinking, my theory is yes, everybody is hands-on, and we pick something very simple, but really feeling good that, wow, I made that part. So you got 10 different people each making a single part. Before you know it, in 3 days, you've made a body to something.
Yeah. And so Heidi was just saying, we would have the beginner, the intermediate, and the advanced classes is what we would do. And I got to touch on the whole triangle before I forget, get sidetracked. So when I was young, that's actually Gene Winfield and Jim Bailey was a huge inspiration to me. I got to meet them, hang out with them. Jim Bailey actually taught me about, and it's cool because I'll tell you what, I'm 52 years old and I jumped up and down running through the house like a little kid. You can ask Heidi. Jim Bailey subbed my YouTube channel a while back, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I met him when I was like 15, 17 maybe, tops, and got to hang out with him a couple times. And the dude remembered me, man. I was like, that's badass right there. Yeah. Sweetheart guy. And he's in Canada. He's the one that built Nadine, completely hand-built, like 51 Buick, all chopped and radical. But he was showing me about triangles and taking a basketball or a volleyball or whatever and making a sphere with triangles and how to shape that and all that. And when I learned that, it was like a light bulb went off. And from then on out, it was like, bam, you can do any shape with a triangle. If you think about it, you just put them together, Yeah.
Well, I'm a master at doing the flat pieces. That's about as far as I got.
So I want to say, I got to say thanks for Midnight Customs showing up, Slingshot 302, and who else? K&D Customs. I appreciate you guys. Means a lot. You guys showed up, man.
Oh, yeah, Jeffrey. K&D Customs. That's Jeffrey, isn't it?
There's a couple things that my way or my ideas. I can't say my way because this is definitely, to pull it off, going to take a multiple people. So it's no one person, but my idea is no matter what, beginner, intermediate, super advanced, for everybody to be on the same page, I think we're going to have to spend a little bit of time, almost like a classroom style atmosphere, so that everybody we know is on the same page on what their ideas are on their skill sets and what they do know and how it can be advanced from, and everybody be able to pull from everybody else. Down here in Texas, I've learned some things from some tricks that they do down here, and there's some things that I've always done that I just thought everybody knew, that these guys down here, I've shown them, that are just amazed. Arco, you and I and Sean Puzz talked about wax on drill bits.
Yeah.
And these guys, they're like, Paul, why do you have that chunk of candle wax? I'm like, what do you mean, why? Where's yours? Why don't you have a chunk of candle wax for your saw blades and drill bits?
Yeah, that's why, like, I've had people say, why do you have a piece of soap or a bar of soap on your toolbox, And I'm like, that's for when I'm cutting aluminum or certain stuff with my grinder. Put it on the cutoff wheel and it doesn't plug up. Little tricks like that, though, to me, is what the old school guys would never teach me. You end up having to learn it from somebody, and then you take those tricks and you learn more tricks, and pretty soon you're learning everything, and it's like overwhelming sometimes. There's so much stuff though that we could hit on. I think doing a metal shaping class though would be good. Simple things first off would be just to see how, like you said, see how people use their tools, because there's certain people like Joey that I wouldn't even let in my shop, man. I wouldn't let him pick up nothing. You know what I mean?
I'd let Joey in my shop just long enough to tell him to sweep the floor and kick him out.
Me and Ray are,
you're welcome.
me, Ray, Brian, and Jim are not even laughing at that.
So about watching your videos, Arco, it inspires me to play with
Take a shit.
metal.
Oh.
It inspires me to play with metal a little more, because you teach it in a easy way to learn. You know what I mean?
Thank
So
you.
when I see some of your work, like I had a couple sections on the bus, man. After I watched your video, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And you know, I was real confident after I watched your stuff. So thank you.
What he was talking about is you assume that people know something, and like Paul was talking about, is you go and do something on a video or whatever, or somebody will be in the shop and I'll do something and they'll be like, whoa, what did you just do right there? And I'm like, I did this and whatever. And they're like, I have never seen that done before. That is awesome. And I'm like, really? So then Heidi was like, hey, you need to start making videos on that stuff, you know, start showing it. And I actually started my channel. In California, I taught survival classes and stuff. And so I started teaching my YouTube channel, or doing my YouTube channel as like a teaching survival skills and whatever. And I did a few videos and whatever. And my channel was kind of going a little bit and whatever. And I did a couple like tutorials or like hot rod style videos. And people were like, oh, I want to see that and this and this and this. Did a couple more videos. And then all of a sudden the channel just went stupid, you know? Yeah. And then when we started doing the metal shaping stuff, I was like, kind of, I wouldn't say I was shy about, because you guys know I'm not shy, but I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to show that or whatever. And Heidi was like, just show this stuff, you know? And I'm not bragging. I'm blessed because of the channel. I you know, I love it. All the supporters and everything. Thanks you guys, you know, but the channel went, like when we started building Rogue, we got 15,000 subs in 28 days. It was nuts.
Wow.
It was just like boom, it just took off, you know. And I was like, well, I know what people want to see, you know.
Yeah.
And it's cool for me because that's my passion. That's what I want to do. And when you put your passion into something, you can do whatever the hell you want, you know.
Yep.
Hello, Heidi.
So when I was working on some metal stuff on the bus, Brian, he sent me some hammers, man, and I don't know how to use them, but it's nice to have them because you know you get a different outcome. So once I really learn how to use them, I'm going to work on the Cadillac, get that roof.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Since we're talking about what inspires us about Arco's videos, when I watch them, I get inspired to go watch the Criminal Channel and look for other people like Arco. So.
Hey, did you ever come across me when you're watching the Criminal Channel?
No, but I did see you on that one show. It's on late at night. Crypt Keeper.
Yes, yes. Tales of the Crypt.
Tales of the Crypt, yeah.
Okay.
No, seriously though. Lewis was showing those mini splits earlier. I can't wait to come and see that bus when the weather breaks and bring you your brackets. That's going to be epic to see that bus the way it is now.
What all do you have left on that thing before you can start touring or whatever, you know?
I could leave right now. Actually, everything is hooked up and working. I still have to do the front cab part. I kind of was waiting to do that because I want to do it like a car. So I'm going to fabricate the dashboard, you know, with
fuzzy dice,
you know, all the amenities.
Hey, my brother's on here. Damien's on here. Look what he wrote. He says, I heard most of Arco's followers are all selling.
Well, I'm not.
We'll put that up. There we go.
Yeah, I'm not a felon. I was pardoned by the president.
Yeah, but we can't, you know, really accept it because he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, but it still counts. So
he must have been talking to Biden. The guy was drunk or something.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we about have everything done. Like all the bathrooms done. You know, I got to do little trim work. That's what I'm working on now. Just trim work and little stuff.
Mm.
But everything is usable. We can take off right now and survive.
Yeah, I can't wait till you show up at my show, man. I mean, you'll have a blast.
Yeah. Look forward.
No
to it.
burnouts in the bus though.
I don't think I can do it. I think I'm okay there.
Did you find the rear end for it yet to up the gears in it?
No, I haven't really looked too much because of the winter. Nothing I can really do right now. Maybe when I go to Arco's, he might have one in the junkyard.
Yeah, maybe.
I need
Put a 4.9-inch in it.
Yeah, I need lower gears, man. When I get to 55, man, this thing's screaming. I'm at 3,500 RPM.
So you need higher gears in, no?
No,
yeah,
lower.
higher gear.
No,
Should be higher, shouldn't it?
Yeah, higher.
Is it higher?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lower, you're going to burn up more RPMs.
So I have four something in it now. Can't remember what the number is. But everything I researched, they said I should put 3 in threes.
Yeah.
Like 373s or something like that?
Yeah. So it's not lower?
How tall of a tire is it? It's how tall of a tire?
It's 11R 22.5. So it's 22.5.
Way too tall.
What's up, David?
It's
Thanks
the
for
same
showing up.
tires in the semi.
Yeah, you need to put them gears into the threes. But you got to be careful doing that. You go too much, you're not going to be able to pull the hills when you go through the Appalachian Mountains or go through the Rockies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now 55, that's my limit.
Hey, classic car.
So classic car, that's David. That's Chris's brother from Whiskey Dance.
Okay.
So if you guys could put your links in the deal so that people could sub your channel, that'd be cool. Look what John wrote.
They have to have blue wrenches to do that.
That makes sense.
All right, here we go, John.
Oh no, I meant the one about when he left my car show, he got arrested after visiting Arco. The police knew I was around somebody bad.
Yeah.
That's why.
So why did you get arrested?
No, we're not going there. That's nobody's business, man. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Long story.
All right.
It was what's that called when you know somebody?
Must have knocked over a liquor stand or something.
So yeah, we're gonna take off. We're gonna take off in the bus probably February. Heading to Florida. We're going to Clearwater.
My house.
Yeah. Not Clearwater. Wait, is it Clearwater?
That's a place.
Yeah. No, I'm
By the
thinking it's
beach?
where we're going. Ocala. No. Clearwater. I don't know where I'm going. Somewhere in Florida.
Are you going to the beach? Because in Ocala, there's no beach.
No.
Clearwater,
it's,
there's a beach.
It's north of Orlando. We're going to a schoolie. It's a schoolie event.
That could be Ocala. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That's horse country up there.
Tulsa, get to Tulsa.
Let me know.
February.
Let me know the date. Maybe I'll drive my GMC up there.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Take for a road trip.
Hmm.
Go
Yeah,
there and back.
they have probably 300 to 400 buses up there and vans. It's all camping, the camping community.
Yeah.
Schoolies
Bunch of
and-
hippies.
Yeah.
You gonna go to Quartzsite?
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna ask that.
I love Quartzsite.
What's up, Dave?
Yeah, we got some people in here tonight.
Yeah, that's cool. What about Sean Puz? I can't remember what. Do you know, Paul, what town he's in? He told me
I
what.
want to say it's Davenport, Florida. He's not far from Orlando.
Yeah, he's right by the Disney World. Like,
Yeah,
literally, he's like
He's
walking-
within an hour's drive of Orlando. Less than an hour's drive to Orlando.
Mhm.
I know what that is.
That'd be cool to go see some of his projects too. Have you seen that car he's building, Lewis? Speaking
No.
of metal, man, that car's gonna be sick. It's an old gangster car, and he's doing like I'm doing like a Cruella de Vil style car, but he's doing like the whole body, what's up, Terry?
Hey, Terry.
He's doing a pretty wild one, like I don't know what you call it,
Yeah.
Like a
Coach.
whatever.
What's up, Coach?
What's up, Coach?
Not
Yeah,
much. How y'all doing?
I'm going to start putting everybody that's putting your channel up in the chat. I'm going to throw it on the screen so people can follow you.
What's up, gentlemen?
Mr. Terry.
Order Garage. What's up?
What's going on, Terry?
What's happening? All right. First of all, Joey, you can come work with me. All right.
Thank
Marco,
you.
he's a felon.
Yeah, I know.
But I love him. That's my brother. So I'm a felon as well with him.
That's why they
What's going on,
kicked him
Ray?
out of. That's why they kicked him out of California.
Ah, yeah.
He's a
You got
felon,
Coach
man.
you got all the boys up in here. What's happening, gentlemen?
Yeah, everybody's
What's up,
over
no
here.
class? I see you up there.
Hmm.
Yep, kicking it.
How's everyone doing? What's the topic of the night? What's the topic?
Metal
We're
shape,
talking about-
fabrication, or whatever. What you got going on with your car, Terry?
Oh, you
Terry
can
knows
do it,
about
man.
that.
Yeah. Oh, he's the dude right there. We got a couple of pros up in here.
Topic: beat the crap out of a piece of steel with a hammer. So, Arco, what is your favorite hammer? How many hammers does Arco own?
Oh man, I don't know. Somebody asked me that a while back, and I was doing some videos on them and kind of like joking around with them, and then I was like, "Oh wait," and they were like, because they were counting like I don't know how many hundreds or whatever, and I went upstairs, and then there was a big pile of hammers, and they were like, "Oh, never mind." It just kind of got crazy after that, But I'll take all these old hammers that I get and I'll shape them for different shapes that I'm making. And for instance, I took a 35. This was a long time ago. I took a 35. I think is what it was, Studebaker 4-door, and on those they never made a sedan delivery with those cars. So, most people just weld the back door shut and then they like cut that post out and then just weld a piece of metal in there. But I actually made a true sedan delivery 35 Studebaker. I actually I welded the door shut, yeah, but I cut out that post and then started making all those pieces. But at the time when I first moved here and whatever, and Heidi and I first got together with our first shop out there with Aaron, I probably made 10 hammers just building that car, just that piece on that car, for the sedan delivery part. And I always take different hammers, ball peens, and just any old hammer I find at garage sales. And there's some that I've welded handles on and used them for shaping. There's other ones that I used them for 10 minutes, cut them apart, made another hammer out of them. I mean, to me, go ahead.
I worked with a master BMW technician from the old country, and his number one hammer was the claw hammer because it was also a seal puller, so it did 2 in 1.
Arco, you should do a giveaway on your channel for the first person to guess the exact number or closest to the exact number of how many hammers you have, and the winner will get a mag drill.
That'd be fun, actually, because I don't know how.
Hold on, I need to know: is this the amount of hammers you own, to include the Fisher Price and the blow up hammer?
The one that Sean sent me up. Yep. Did you hear?
Sorry, I had to say it.
You hear about that, Lewis?
No.
We were doing that TV show for the International Radical Rod Build Off, and we were building Rogue and stuff. That's when we just started building it. And Sean Puz and all of us, we were just busting each other's balls. And I get this package from him in the mail, and I'm like, "Oh, cool! What is this?" And it's real light, And I open it up, and it's a bunch of like blow up hammers and Fisher Price hammers, and like there was like 50 hammers in this box, man. I was rolling, man. It was funny.
Heidi, no, I won't be doing that. I mentioned doing the giveaway of the mag drill because I need a mag drill. Why would I go buy one and give it away?
True. I got one. I love it.
Hey, I appreciate all you guys in the chat.
Yeah, we got a very distinguished looking crew here. Look at them. What's good, gentlemen? How's everyone doing?
It's all good.
Terry, I've been good. I appreciate the job offer, but I'm going to have to turn you down.
Yeah, it's always open. It's open door policy at the garage shop over here.
I appreciate that.
Where is your shop?
Where is your shop?
New York, on the border of New York, Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
For some reason, I keep thinking you're in Kentucky. You're in New York. Why do I keep thinking you're down south in Kentucky?
I have no clue, man.
That's where I'm from.
That's the first. Well, that's the first I heard that. I heard California. Most people think I'm from California. You know, but never Kentucky.
We got another fabricator, metal shaping guy right here. The shop, that's Taylor in Canada, and you should see the stuff he's doing on his. He just took you might want to put it in the comment, but he just took like a '89 or whatever it was Chevy tailgate, cut it all apart, and built another tailgate for a customer's truck or whatever. That thing turned out badass. So he put the raised lettering in there and stuff, and he's always doing all kinds of cool stuff too, man, on his channel. You know.
Hey, put your YouTube channel in the chat, and I'll throw it on the screen.
Frickin' Damien, man, bad Chad.
Yeah, I reached out to Chad to see if he can come on the show. He hasn't gotten back to me, but yeah, I like to have him on too, man. He's pretty tough.
Oh, Greasy. What's his name? Is it Greasy's Garage?
Yeah,
he's gonna be over hanging out with Northeast Ohio Dukesbury, and I asked him to send me the schedule on that. I'd try to meet up with them over there. That's not far from you, right, Louis?
Yeah. Yep. About a half hour.
Yeah.
The shop. Throw your information in the chat so I can throw it on the screen so people can follow you. I appreciate everybody sharing.
Picture. Go ahead, Lewis. I'm sorry.
I was saying I appreciate everybody resharing the live stream tonight.
Arco, I'll send you some pictures of the. I don't know if I've sent them to you. Maybe I did. The new hood for the Model A that I made, and the it looks like a Route 66 emblem that I hammered out to make onto the hood for the Starbird show.
Yeah. When is that show?
February 14, 15, and 16.
Okay. Man,
Valentine's Day. Come on down to Tulsa for Valentine's Day. Bring Heidi.
15 and 16. I wish I could do that. What are you working on, Brian?
Huh?
Yeah.
What are you working on?
A headlight ring. I mean, a headlight.
Who does nails? He's doing his nails. Yeah, look, it is nails. They look nice.
Ray's probably got one.
Did you find a tire yet?
Huh?
Did you find a tire?
No, I'm making a platform for it now. I mean, I decided to put it on stilts so I can roll it out.
Oh, that's good.
I went ahead and took everything else. I haven't taken them off, but I'm going to take everything off this weekend. And I got some 2x3 tubing, and I'm going to weld up some stilts. I got some toolbox wheels, casters, and then I'm going to weld it up and bolt it on so that I can just roll it out.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So on Classic Car Revivals, that's David there. That's Whiskey Dick's brother. But he's also giving a truck away on his channel too, I believe. Yeah. So you guys will have to check out their channels and sub them, and they'll put you in for the giveaway or whatever. But they're building some cool stuff.
Actually, I really like to. These are pot metal. These headlight doors and the tail fins on the Mustang are pot metal.
Yeah,
I'd like to make them out of metal.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
And then weld them into the body and have no seams.
We were actually just talking about that, Brian. Lewis was telling me on the back of his Cadillac, it's got those your taillights, and then it's got that piece in there that's plastic, or what is that, rubber? Or like hard rubber or
it's
something?
a plastic.
Filler.
Fender filler.
And you always see them driving down the road, and that piece is missing.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to hand make some of those where you get rid of that. Delete that.
So I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, I might. That's like I said, but as most people don't believe, I do work on something on the car every night. The car will be back together.
Okay, we're praying for you.
Unfortunately, I mean, until I can get it movable, or be able to roll it out of around and get rid of a few more things.
Yeah,
I don't know. I need a
Believe in you, Brian.
somebody's vehicle so I can go to the dump. The trash
I
guys
believe in
the guys won't take all my trash at one time because I put too much out.
I believe in you, Brian. I think you're going to do it.
Yeah, well,
You can
it's
do it.
okay. You don't have you can hurt my feelings. It's all right. I'm used to it.
Don't do that. No, I'm a nice guy. I believe in you.
Hey, Brian, I'm looking for a job.
I'm not even talking to you, Joey.
Wow. What I do to you?
I've never heard that one before.
I hear that all day long. Mr.
Wow.
Brian, I need a job because I want to be like you and drive around and just collect money. And I wish it was that simple. So,
Oh, I don't want that job.
yeah, that's all I hear all day long. I want your job. You want my job? You can have it.
Shut up, Matt. Madness. Crap whisperer talking, laughing.
Yeah,
That was
so
freaking
on my
hilarious.
Cadillac, I'm gonna delete those fillers. I want to lean the lights towards the car, so they're more at an angle, and then I'm gonna push the bumper in too, maybe 2 inches, 3 inches. So take that filler out.
Push it in as far as you can go without needing that filler.
Yeah.
Hey, Lewis, we were just talking about that car the other day. That we were talking about your car leaning the taillights forward and all that, and I showed you the picture of my old 54 Chevy car that I had, that chopped down one. And Aaron called me literally right after we got off the phone, and he's like, "Yeah, I got this car and this Jeep, and I'm gonna be bringing it to the junkyard, or whatever." And I was like, "Sweet." And he's like, "Do you still want that 54 Chevy sitting out there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'd like to, but I don't have time to go get it." So I guess he's gonna grab that too. So I was like, "Oh, great! Now I'm gonna have to build me another 54 chopped down, car like that car was sweet."
You
Yeah,
can
you
just
just
put
talking
a
about it.
54
Missed that
down
car.
here, and we'll use that for the metal shaping class and do it as a chop top class.
Now, see, that'd be sweet, wouldn't it? To do a chop top right now. Check this out. That was one of those cars where when I chopped it, the first one I did, I sold. The second one I did, I sold. The third one, my buddy was over there, and he's like, if you do that, I don't want to cut the glass on my car. And I'd done so many of them after that it was like, well, I'll go ahead and do yours the same way. But I did the trick where you sit the windshield down inside the car, and on the 54 Chevys, it's like they're made for that. You can cut that panel out, drop the windshield down, and then you make a deal down inside there with a hose that if water goes down there, it drains out of the car. It doesn't go inside the car.
Oh, sweet.
And so the windshield is not chopped. So anytime that windshield got broken, cracked, whatever, you could
Just
pull
put
it out.
another one right back in.
That's just a
That's
stock
sweet.
54 Chevy car. Yeah, it was sweet. And then we ended up doing a 57 Chevy pickup like that. And then we did a couple of them where we chopped the glass. One of them, it took me 6 windshields. The number 6 windshield, I didn't break it, cutting the glass.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I learned how to do the cutting the glass with a sandblaster and an inner tube. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. And I think that was an old Gene Winfield trick, actually, to be honest, where you put cut it with the sandblaster, and then you can take the sander you make sure it's got a ground on it, and you use a water hose and a sanding disc, and you could actually sand the glass, the edges, and smooth them out, then put it back in the car where you want it. And they always say you chop the top, then you cut the glass. Cut the glass, get a couple windshields done, then cut the car, chop it down to where you want it,
Yeah.
Because some of those old curved windshields, man, they're a bitch. You can break them, like I said, 5, 6, 7 times.
Well, I found over especially this last 3 days, building this truck cab, that C10 truck cab, making the windshield, and it's a curved piece of glass, making the windshield fit the truck that I'm building. Because, you can put the whole thing together and it looks right, but the windshield doesn't want to fit in there right. You got to make sure. So I've had that windshield in and out of the truck at least 3 dozen times before I was finally happy and locked everything in on where it's going to be. So you want to fit to the glass, not have the glass made as the afterthought.
Right.
That
And
makes
I mean,
sense.
it's really, really expensive to have a windshield made. They send them over to Denmark or something like that, or like
I
Netherlands.
don't know. I've never had to have a curved piece of glass made.
Well, John, I don't know I always say John DiAgusta, but what's the guy that you took the picture with the second with?
John D. Agostino.
Agostino, there you go. Yeah. he had some of those windshields made for some of those custom cars he was building. And they actually took a piece of like square tubing or whatever it was, and they made the shape of the windshield, put a bunch of braces in it. They packed it up really good. And I want to say they sent it to Denmark when he built a couple of those cars. And then they have a windshield company over there that would actually make a windshield for your car. And you're talking, this is back in the 90s, and that was like $5,000-$6,000 for a windshield. And then
I think I'd go and find the Jaguar or the Mercedes or the Yugo. Maybe a Yugo windshield comes in at the dimensions that we need. Let's build it around a Yugo windshield.
Never know.
You're laughing. You can get Yugo windshields for like $100 a piece, I'm sure.
Yeah.
A minivan. How many minivans are out there, you know?
Exactly. The other thing on the rear windows when chopping the top is to use the rear glass from another vehicle. Just go to the junkyard and cut out the rear window from, a truck or something and use that glass because it's a smaller hole than what you had before, and you could, sometimes not know it.
Yep. So the shop, that's Taylor in Canada, he was just asking how Convict was going. And that's that big 4-wheel drive 49 GMC truck. I haven't had time to work on it, bro. I've been too busy, man. Way too busy. It's kind of just sitting in my shop. What the hell is that, Brian?
No, it's Joey.
Oh, it's Joey?
I'm going to mute it.
You put me to sleep. You put me to sleep, Arco.
Lewis, you said something about your tail lights. You're gonna move them forward. What do you mean?
Yeah, so on the Cadillac, the 77 has those filler
lights
in between the fender and the light.
Right.
And they always break out. So what I want to do is I'm going to lean the light towards the body and then make a piece to fill it.
All right, well, there you go. Drive the Cadillac down to Texas, and let's do a metal shaping class because that's all primarily form. There's not a lot of shape involved, and that would be a very simple, very satisfying project for a handful of students.
Yeah,
and my roof. I need my roof.
But isn't the tail lights, the side of the tail lights, isn't that part fiberglass on those Cadillacs? It's not all metal, that quarter panel. It's like
Who says it has to go back as fiberglass? Get rid of it. We make it all
That's
metal.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's what we're going to get rid of, that fiberglass piece. Well, it's some kind of rubber. It's not fiberglass.
Like rubber or some type of not fiberglass. It's like
a urethane.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that's what I want to get rid of. I want to get rid of those and then lean the lights towards the body and then make a metal piece to fill that little bit of space. You know what I mean?
What year is your Caddy?
Lean those lights forward might look really good. It'll give it like an old Cadillac style. And when you lean it forward, it's going to you're going to also have to make it a little longer. So,
well, that's what we were the other day. That's what we were talking about. And I was telling them about my car. And I was saying that, I leaned my quarters forward on that 54 Chevy and it totally changed that car look because it had that chopped top. So it made it where it like kind of made the angles in the back instead of having taillights like this on the 54s. Then I leaned them where it was matching that roof, the roof line or whatever. Hey, I got to say thank you, Taylor. That was cool, man. He just did a donation to your channel, bro.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Yay.
Appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
Yay. Now we can pay to turn the lights on.
But this is that chopped car that I'm talking about. It was a four-door. It was a four-door, and we took a cop car top, Crown Vic, I think it was, or whatever, and we put the top on it, and then we got rid of the four doors, so it's a two-door, and then we leaned the quarters forward and chopped down the windshield, the rear window, and all that stuff.
Yeah, that thing's sweet.
I've seen that somewhere. I can't remember where, but
it was at your mom's.
Wow. With
that
that note, I'm going to say that my battery power is getting low. So, Arco, let's really think about moving this forward on some metal classes.
We need to talk to the boss and the money holder.
Heidi's in the house. I see her. Hey, Heidi, how you doing? Everyone say hello to Heidi. Hi, Heidi.
Hey, Heidi ho.
Hey, Heidi.
Miss Heidi, do I need to, have you and Sherry sit down and talk about dates on this?
If you want to get anything done, that's the way you need to do it.
Bunch of smart asses in the comments here. Oh,
But Arco, this is to your mom joke. There's a message in between them little fingers there for you, buddy.
if you knew my mom, you wouldn't say that.
I got the feeling you're correct.
Yep.
So, Arco, when you come here to Ohio, I might send the Cadillac back with you.
Hey,
Arco's coming to Ohio.
I want to take the top and just go.
Arco's coming to Ohio.
Oh,
Maybe.
Oh, sorry, no, he's not coming.
Yeah.
We got to chop the top on that thing, man.
And we got to do something with it because it's all wrinkled.
Yeah, that top messed up.
I do with Alan. You see the video that Alan put out? He had an El Camino quarter panel that was all messed up. Next thing you know, he takes the carefully takes that quarter panel off that El Camino, and he brings it to that wheel.
Alan is
straighten
not
it right
playing, boy.
Alan is no joke.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
He did a good job on that, on.
yeah.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So Paul,
I never even thought about that. I was like, call AMD, but my man took it off
Yeah.
carefully, and next thing you know, you see him like just going back and forth at an English wheel.
So Paul, he's in Texas, and he has chop classes where they're chopping roofs.
Who does?
Alan, remember I hooked you up with Alan?
No.
He used to come on here every now and then. He used to come
Yeah.
on here with
Gene Winfield.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So he has every year he has a class down there in Texas for chopping roofs.
Okay.
I don't know how many days they do it, but they actually do a chop.
Is that one of the chop tops with Joel Davis?
I'm not sure.
No, you're not chopping your damn 71 C20, dumbass.
Oh, that would look bad. That would
Why
look
not?
so
Let's
bad.
do it. I want to chop the top on one of those.
They're ugly with the chop top. The body's already
Done
wide.
properly.
If the body's already wide on those, and when you drop the top, it just looks like like it just got rolled over and should be at a scrapyard.
Hey, believe
That's
it or
because you're
not,
only changing one thing. You're not changing the whole thing in proportion. You're not sitting back and letting the metal talk to you. Because it'll tell you how it wants to look after I've done hit it with a hammer 2 or 3 times.
Well, if you can do it in a way that's going to look right, then okay. But the way I've always seen it, it just looks like
I'm going to do it in the way
like
that's
the
going to
prop
look
is
right
crushed
to
in.
please me. I don't do this to make other people happy.
That's right.
Don't tell Joey, but I agree. What are we talking about?
hey, I got a chopped, I think it's 67 Chevy truck in the backyard. It went to the Beavers. It's all chopped up now. You see Terry's head drop. He's like, oh, man.
We're coming.
It's
We're
been
coming.
Over this.
He's like,
We've
hey,
been over
can
this.
you work on this truck for me? Sure, bro. And then it's been there for 15 years in the backyard. I'm going to buy it back so I can build the damn thing, man. It's gone to the Beavers, bro. It's been here so long that it's like in the swamp. So, like, there's about this much of the glove box showing out.
I'm fixing the CUDA up so I can drive it home. So I can drive up
You're
there
so full of crap.
and tow it back home.
Oh, you're agreeing with me.
Hey,
All right, cool.
when he gets that new rent bill from Heidi for that truck being stored here all those years, he can be like,
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Well,
so
I
Beavers-
wanted. I was going
He
to.
was really like it, huh? I feel bad taking the Beavers home. You just keep it there.
yeah, right.
You just keep
I was
it.
going to present a fabrication idea to you guys tonight.
You don't want
But
Beavers, man.
But the woman that came up with the design, she couldn't make it to the show because I wanted her to be here, at least in the chat.
Okay.
But she couldn't get here at last minute. But so I'm going to save it for another night. But I think you guys will like it. She's thinking of pitching the idea and maybe do a few samples and just see what happens. But I like the idea of what she's talking about. She's awesome.
Man, that sucks.
All
You
right,
shouldn't have
that sounds
mentioned
good.
it, man. I'm not
Let me
gonna be
know.
thinking about this.
Oh, you're going to love it. It's a design that literally will be underneath your sheet metal, but you can see it on the outside. And there will be no glass or anything. It'll just be your metal with your paint, and this design will come through. And I thought, man, that's freaking genius. And so wait till you guys hear this. I think you'll like it.
I think it would have to be like a round top car, John, like something like an old I don't know, a 4-door that we could turn into a 2-door, like an old 51 Chevy car or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? You know, what would be cool to chop? We got tons of 49 and 51 Fords. I've been dying to chop one of those.
I got a 29 Chevy Coupe. I've been buying a 40 Ford pickup.
That
Off
thing's
the
living
guy.
it's living with the beavers too. It's next to Terry's truck.
You moved my cab next to Terry's junk.
No, they're both in the scrap pile.
Hey, the beavers need a place to stay, man. Everybody
No,
needs to
right,
live
yeah.
somewhere.
Believe it or not, there was a raccoon by Terry's truck the other day, and Heidi was bagging on you in the comments because I walked out back. I was waiting for the burn pile to go down in the incinerator with the paper and cardboard and whatever. So I kind of keep an eye on it, and I walked back where the old truck bed like yours is sitting back there, you know. And this beaver comes out of there real slow and he's huge, man. He just kind of looks at me like, I'll beat your ass. Just walks right by me, and I was just standing there like, whoa, man. This thing was big.
That's my animal spirit. See, yeah, we get together. We get together with beavers. That's right. See, you mess with us. You mess with one, you mess with us all.
Yeah, and you're going to take your truck, and there's going to be a homeless beaver back there.
He's coming back to New York. He's coming back to New York.
I nominate that 40 cab to be used in this chopping class, so at least it'll get freaking done.
Actually, that would be a good one to chop, man. A 44 pickup.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
And then I could put it on a frame and start driving it and stuff. That'd be trick. I like that.
Yeah, you would do that to a guy.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna call it a night. Arco,
Yeah, same here, gentlemen.
Hey, we got to talk. Let's get that set up, brother. I'm serious.
Let's do it. Let's quit talking about it and just do it.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds like a great idea, really.
I think
All right.
Heidi went to Texas and never let me come back.
All joking aside, I think that sounds like a good idea.
Once you and Heidi are down in Texas, you may not want to go back.
Yeah, right.
Ooh. I'll take over the junkyard. Don't worry about it. I'll go on out there.
Yeah, right.
Trust me, he'll take the junkyard with him, one car at a time.
Every Impala would be out of there so quick.
Man,
Hey,
Aaron's been dragging so many cars home, bro. He's got some badass stuff. Hey, check this out. You guys are like this. Aaron calls me the other day. He's like, hey, you at the shop? And I'm like, yeah. And he stops by, and on the trailer, he's got a 52 Jeepster. You guys ever seen one of those?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how to explain it. It's like a Jeep wagon thing, but like with no top. It's an original Roadster. And so he stops by. We look at it for a little bit, and this thing's got somebody rigged it in there, but it's a flathead Ford motor. He's obviously going to pull that out of there. But he bought this super cheap, and then he gets back to his shop, and he calls me. He's like, "You ain't going to believe this," because he didn't believe it at first. So he called some Jeep collector company or whatever it was online. They have the number. It's number one of from 1952. It's the very first one to come off the line.
Wow.
So these collectors went nuts. They were like, we want to buy it. We want it really bad. So, and he was, yeah, there you go. It looks just like that, bro. Yeah.
Wow, Jimmy. That was not nice to
It
say
looks
in the
like that
chat.
thing on Fantasy Island.
Yeah, right. The plane, boss. That's Terry right there when he was little. The plane, boss.
The plane.
Smiles, everyone smiles.
So yeah, this thing, it's got a number. The VIN number is number 1 from 1952. The very first one that's come off the line. So it's
That's
the first Jeepster ever built, in other words. So then he starts digging around on the internet. He finds this thing in magazines and like all kinds of stuff. And then he's like, I don't know if I want to sell this yet. So he was kind of like, looking around all over the internet, and there's a bunch of information on that Jeepster.
Wow.
And I'm like, man, you got a gold mine right there,
Take the money and run.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding. But that was pretty neat. I was like, that thing, it needs to be like in a museum or something, you know?
Lewis, I just wanted to point
All
out that
right,
Jimmy's
my
Chop
battery's getting
Shop.
ready to die 100%. So I'll talk to you shortly, Arco. Talk to you over the weekend.
Thanks for
All right,
joining.
Same thing. I'll get with you over the weekend.
Good night,
And we'll
Paul.
make this happen.
Take care, Paul.
All
All
right.
right, take care, everybody. Brian, I'll see you when I get up to Maryland.
All right,
I
Terry.
wanted to.
Week, bro.
See ya.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
I
Take
wanted.
care, everyone. My brothers.
Good night. So, Lewis, I wanted to say Jimmy's Chop Shop in the chat. Just ignore him. He's not on his medicine apparently tonight. He's got Tourette's. He's got Tourette's syndrome real bad, and so we just tolerate him. So please don't block him and throw him out.
Hey, have you guys ever noticed that what Jimmy is saying is what everybody says to Joey? It's like it must be a thing, bro.
I just have that aura about me, I guess.
Hey guys, time for me to bail too.
All right,
Oh,
Jim. Have a
come
good week,
on.
bro.
Come on, Jim. I was
Come on,
enjoying your
come on.
stories tonight, man.
You haven't said a word.
Oh, bye.
So Marco, I'll get with Heidi and try to help put that together. I'd love to do that.
Man, that'd be fun. And especially if we go to do something like this at Paul's shop or whatever, I'd like to do one at my shop too. And if you're traveling around, I think it'd be something cool where we can get a bunch of sponsors and, you know, different, not celebrities, but YouTube people there to do something like this, you know,
Right.
different talents. You know what I mean?
Yep. That'd be hot.
I think that would be a blast. We need the fabric cobbler there. He's in Arizona though. So
Hey,
there's a guy down here with these
that's what a
overland.
road trip.
Yeah, those are neat.
Fabric Cobbler's not going to lower his standards for you, Arco. Just saying.
He loves me.
So, Ray, how are you? You've been really quiet.
Yeah, I'm sick.
Yeah.
Feel like crap.
Look like all of us.
I'm almost asleep. I'm sleeping with my eyes open tonight.
Gotcha.
So, Lewis, is that thing called the Schoolie Swarm? By
Yes.
chance?
School Swarm.
February.
Is it Clearwater?
No, you're right. It's in Ocala.
Okay.
Yeah. Horse country. That's Don Garland's country.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, School Swarm.
Jimmy.
It is hot and humid up there.
It's
It's like
last
whole
week of
week?
February, right?
yeah,
last-
Feb 21st to March 2nd. Wow,
Yeah.
that's got to be a big deal. It's like what?
Yeah.
Almost 2 weeks? Heck.
Yeah, it is. Now, Schoolie Palooza out in Arizona is the 2 weeks or a week before that. So I was going to go out there and then come back to Florida, but I don't want to cross the country twice. So I'm just going to go to the Florida one.
Good night, Heidi.
Good night, Heidi.
Well, I hate that you're sick, Ray. I hope you get better soon.
Yeah, it's just yeah. Thanks.
It's just bird flu.
Yeah.
Everybody's got bird flu.
Yeah, it just kind of hit me quick. It's,
Right.
Yeah. I just had surgery Monday, and so now I'm in here putting up with Arco and everybody else.
yeah. Well, this is Arco's night. You know, you want to showcase the guest and let him talk. And he's got, and Arco has enough energy for all of us, so it's a good.
Arco's actually the guest tonight, really?
It's his show. Yeah, the show's all about him tonight.
All
Yeah,
about
what's the Death Star?
Wow. Nothing like busting somebody's balls. It's like
So,
it's like wiping after you didn't even take a shit.
Hey, that'd be a cool truck to chop though, John. Those Studebaker pickups, they look good all chopped down. I saw that one you pulled out of the woods the other day. That thing's nice, man.
yeah, Alan, man, he's really putting some stuff down, man. You
Hey,
got to follow him. He's also on Power Tube TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
Where's his shop at? It's in the desert.
no, it's in Texas.
Oh, it's Texas. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
said that. Yeah. I don't know why I keep thinking he's down there with Ian Russell for some reason. You know.
Well, he was doing an intern with Gene Winfield. He was out at Gene's for I think a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a good dude too, man.
Yeah, he's a
The
good painter.
shop.
He hasn't
Yeah,
showed
the
his paint skills yet, but he can paint, man.
Yeah.
Did you guys see where that guy did the video of Gene's Model A?
No.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy walked up, and Gene's at the gas station putting gas in. He goes, "Can we do a video of your car?" And he goes, "I don't give a fuck." And he starts the thing up and takes off. Pretty cool video. This guy goes around and videotapes, or has a drone, and pieces out and does. That's his calling card or his business or whatever. I don't even know if he knew if that was Gene Winfield or not, but he's like, "That's a really cool car."
He does rolling shots, right?
Huh?
He does the rolling shots.
Yeah, and
He
he
does the roll
drives down the road, and he has picks up couple. He did this chick that she had a RX-7 RZ or some bullshit like that.
Oh yeah, I've seen him.
And but the one with Gene Winfield was awesome. That was, I don't give a fuck. That's what he said. Gets in his car, fires up, grabs and jams in a gear and takes off.
Yep, that was a good one.
Model. It was
So Jimmy's Chop Shop. We had Gene on here last year, I think it was, or maybe a year and a half ago. So go back into our channel and check out the interview. We did.
Yeah.
We did an interview with him.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
that was great.
Damien, are you talking about aluminum, bro? If you're talking about aluminum, if you want to anneal it or soften that aluminum, you want to take like a Sharpie and put a Sharpie all over it, and then take a torch, snuff it out, so it's just like a rosebud or whatever. But so you're just running, you're snuffing it out, so it's just putting the heat on there, and then as soon as that Sharpie comes off there, it'll be malleable. And then when you work harden it, you're gonna hammer it all back in. When you start shaping that aluminum, it'll when it starts getting the shape or whatever, it'll go back to the original hardness. So
that's pretty slick.
Yeah. The guy there goes by the name of the shop. He's in Canada. He said that he needed to renew his passport and come over and visit. I wanted to tell him just wait, because I think after the 20th, Canada is going to be the 51st state of the United States. So you won't need a passport. You just need a boat.
I had all of it, Mexico and Canada.
Matt said he thinks he's talking about 304 stainless.
yeah, I just seen that. I didn't want to interrupt, but stainless has got some weird properties, man. Stainless is funny to work with.
Yeah.
1 minute it's soft, 1 minute it's hard, then it cracks on you, and like it's kind of goofy, You just got to be real careful with it.
Was that goopy?
Goofy.
Oh, goofy. All right, that's your California accent kicking in.
So
I love you, Arca. I watch you all the time, bud. Don't worry.
So Arco and Coach, man, a lot of lowriders have been popping up on my feed, man. I've been sending them to you guys.
I've been sending them to you too, man. There's some. These guys are easy on those things.
The Peterson Museum has a big lowrider display right now.
Yeah. What's his name? Mad Chad or Bad Chad? He was just there a couple weeks ago, and he did an interview. Man. So I talked to Ray, that he's the founder of Lowrider Magazine. I talked to him at SEMA, so I think it's thing right here. We're gonna try to get him on the show if we ever get him get him when he ain't busy. I got his card right here somewhere.
Hey, I grew up looking at Lowrider magazine.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't get away with looking at Playboy, so I got Lowrider magazine.
All right.
It was doubly the best. I looked at the girls and then I looked at the cars. They both excited me.
I tell you what.
Speaking of that, Arco,
today's probably the day my mom's tuned in too.
He's just kidding, Mom.
Yeah, Arco was saying earlier at the beginning of the show how he likes, cars to be topless, which gives you the idea about how he met Heidi. So
if you guys ever you can search this, Google this. It's called what's the name of his car? Eldorado. It's an Eldorado that is Ray's from Lowrider magazine, and these guys build it, man. It's all metal. They did the whole interior all metal, and cut the roof out. It's all glass. Every time I see this car, like I took a whole bunch of pictures of it at SEMA. Every time I look at it, I find something different in the paint. Like if you're walking towards it, you can't see all the lines, but when you get to a certain angle, you can see different lines in it. And every time I see this car, I find something new. It's incredible, man. You should see this Eldorado.
I think I've seen those pictures you were talking about.
And I think he's the one that actually made a business of turning those G-body cars into convertibles and stuff too, didn't he?
I'm not sure.
In his shop, I think he's the same guy. And the guy does some radical fabrication, man.
Yeah.
Because those G-body cars, if you cut a lot of guys back in the 80s and 90s, you would see those G-bodies, they cut the tops off of them. Well, right behind the doors, they'd have trouble because the cars start doing this crap. Then they'd have trouble with the doors closing and opening. So you hardly ever seen any of the lowriders and stuff opening the doors because they couldn't open them. They were all jammed up. So he came up with not only making them into real convertibles above the windshield, making the correct piece that he fabricated to make it where it folds up into that car. So you have roll-up windows, and it's an actual real convertible now. And then he built all those bracings and stuff underneath those cars so that they pull the bodies off when they're doing them as lowriders because they paint them underneath anyways.
Yeah.
He has them all braced out like hard tops or convertibles, which is the same. And then they put the bodies back on them, and then they can open and close the doors without the bodies wanting to do this crap, you know?
Oh, that's sweet.
And I think that's the same guy. That car is radical, though, that you're talking about. That thing is absolutely insane.
Yeah. Yep.
I bet you that guy has $300,000 in that car, man. I'm not
Easy.
joking. Yeah.
Easy.
Hell yeah.
Got suicide doors on it. It's an incredible car, man. Yep. So hopefully we can get them on now.
When I was doing my Lamborghini doors on my car, that's what I've been waiting for like the last 3-4 years. That's all I wanted to do was the damn doors, man. And the top of the doors I got to cut down a little bit. I'm going to put some shape into the doors, on the top because they're about an inch and a half too high right now, just because I got them mocked up. But that's the next thing I'll be doing. But did you see that thing I did with the tape line where I'm putting that body line in the side of the car?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be my very next thing that I'll do that car because it's I want something different on that body so that where the door opens and hinges and then goes up, I want it to be, it's going to mess with people because it's going to be at an angle. So it's going to be flat when it's sitting there, but then when you open the door, that piece comes out too. It's going to it'll be pretty radical.
That's sweet.
I got a picture of it right here with right here. You can see where I did the body line on it,
Yeah. Man, that thing is killing.
So that body line is going to go right down the side, but that actually comes out of the fender. It's going to come out of the fender down the side of the car,
Yeah.
And then the other thing. What's that?
I was just going to say, I think it's cool that you're thinking of the environment and going to go with EV batteries.
Yeah, right. Hey, I got we were on some I was gonna tell Lewis we were on some, I forget whose podcast or whatever, or live that we were on, and Joey's like, they're asking, what kind of motor are you gonna run in, whatever, and he's in the comments and he's putting 4-cylinder Lexus, blah blah blah, and this guy was all pissed off, and I'm like, bro, I'm not putting a 4-cylinder in the damn car, man.
And then I changed it. Then I changed it to Toyota, then Volkswagen. And that guy's thoroughly confused now.
All right, so here's the Gene Winfield video. I'm going to see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, you got to copy it. I thought it would link it, and it's not doing a link.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's not like that.
It's funny. I just started watching a little bit of it. It's funny.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that guy's doing that filming. He does a whole bunch of them. He's pretty good.
I found it on TikTok. I don't know if he's on YouTube also. YouTube probably would have given me the link.
Yeah, I can't copy it. Yeah, that guy's pretty good. Yeah. He does drones and photography.
Let's see.
I seen you with those lowriders, John. A while back, you were doing some video with those lowriders. There's some good ones over there.
Man, we talked about this a couple times on the show, but you really got to respect a lowrider, man. They do so much fabricating in the paint, in the interior, dude.
You know, that's the thing is, these people don't understand. Like those lowriders, when they put mirrors underneath those cars and stuff, and there's the same graphics underneath the cars, and it's just as clean as the outside with the $100,000 paint job on the outside of that car.
Yeah,
I mean, the hours that go into those cars is insane. And I was watching one of them on what was it? Instagram the other day, and a lowrider guy's building one right now, and it's one of those X frames, like a 63 Impala or whatever it is, 64 Impala or whatever, and they're building this thing, and the work that they put into the frame to smooth that thing out, I mean, it must have been months. And they smoothed the whole frame out just so they could start painting on all the graphics and the metal flake and gold leaf. And I mean, they went nuts on that thing. I can't even imagine what the car's going to look like,
Yeah.
But I mean, the money and time that goes into that is crazy.
Yeah.
I see these guys doing the old school ways too. The way they block sand, the way they prime. I mean, they're really methodical about it. But when I was in high school, this guy had a really cool, I always thought it was neat because I never seen one in my whole life except for this guy's car. But it was a 53 Chevy sedan delivery, but he had it chopped with his lowrider company on the side of it. And it was a drop down airbag lowrider 53 sedan delivery, So I stopped in his shop and I was looking at it. And he's like, well, you can come in the shop, look at some of the cars. And these cars were insane. Just radical. And the dude's over there, one guy's blocking the car out. And I thought he was nuts at the time, but now I look back and I'm like, to get a show car quality paint job, you gotta mud the whole side of that car. You gotta mud it, and you're not leaving the mud meaning body filler. You're not leaving the body filler on the car. You're sanding it off on the floor. But when you're done, it's like a mirror, it's blocked out perfectly. Dude was doing this car with a grinder, bro. I swear to God. And with one of those like sanding flapper wheels, and this guy was there with a mask on and just going to town. And the other side of the car, here I am as a kid going, how the hell did he get that thing so smooth? I didn't realize they were in there. All those guys were blocking that car out for hours and hours and hours, It was nuts. But yeah, I think those guys got busted for drugs or something because they were like, something happened. All of a sudden there was cops there and the shop was gone like a couple weeks later. And that was on Charter. It was on Charter Way.
Wow. And here's another amazing thing. I've seen some videos where there's 4 or 5 guys doing the body work and sanding on it, and it comes out perfect. Like everybody has their spot.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as you block, sand, prime, and then like we use those Lucky blocks. Did you see that black car I did?
Yeah.
With those we use those Lucky blocks on that, and we spent months on that car getting it perfect. And it was cool when I painted it. I mean, I was pretty excited because I thought we were going to get it out in the sunlight and I was going to have to go through and I could not find a single ding, dent, imperfection on that car anywhere, man. It turned out beautiful.
That's hard to do with black.
Yeah. And you're not lying. People don't understand what goes into doing a black car,
Black or white. White hides everything. White hides everything, but when you look, all of a sudden, if you look at the right way, you're like, holy crap, From a distance, it looks like, oh, you can't see, but white's a tricky color also.
Yeah.
It will hide it.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to get out.
Thank God. Go away.
All right, Joey.
Look at time, Joey.
That's that black car we did right there. That's the cloud, the reflection of the clouds, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The whole car looked like that, It was funny too, because when the guy come up to pick up the car, and it was because he called, he was on the phone. He goes, "Well, I don't want it too shiny." And then me and Spud at the time we're like, "Oh man,
too late."
Yeah, it's way too late. So when he walks up to it, if the door was like right here, he walks up to it and he's doing this, and he kept doing that until he touched the car, and he was just like. Oh, it was like a mirror, man. It looked crazy,
Changed his outlook.
The tow truck driver owns a body shop, and that was pretty cool. It was a big compliment to me because he owns a body shop and does beautiful cars. And he goes, "You painted that?" And I go, "Yeah." And he's like, "Damn, bro, that's badass." I forget what he said, but he was like, "That's nice, man." I was like, "Thank you." But work that went in that paint job.
All
Crazy.
right. Good night.
All right, Joey. Talk to you later.
Hey, Joey.
Yeah, Joey.
Yeah. Good night to everyone but Arco.
My man. Yeah,
Oh.
I can't wait to get my life settled down, where I could start working on some stuff.
So where do you think, I got to ask you this, since you're going to be living homeless in a bus down by the river, are you going to maybe do a thing where you partner with somebody in a shop where you can build your own stuff?
Well, what I was thinking about doing is buying a little piece of land and putting up a big garage.
Yeah.
And that'll be my home base. So I can come back, pull the bus in, and have my stuff inside.
Well, it's kind of smart for your business too, isn't it? As far as your company, because you want like an actual address and all that.
Yeah. Yep.
If not, it'll say like Lewis Lee Transient. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bum. Hippie.
Yeah, hippie in the bus. Yeah. Pulling up with your tie-dye clothes and stuff at DMV.
Yep. So that's what I'm thinking.
Don't forget the dreads. Don't forget the dreads.
Yeah, I got these dreads. So I'm looking at a piece of land right now, so I might grab it before I leave and just let it sit until I'm ready.
Ohio, if you don't mind me asking, Ohio?
Yeah, no how.
Yeah. You like that place, don't you?
It's cheap.
Really?
Man, look.
How cheap? How cheap?
All right, so in Terry's area, New York, his house is probably 400, 500 grand. For that same house here would be 200 all day.
That ain't cheap, brother. Cheap is Big Falls cheap.
Well,
Hey.
in comparison.
Yeah. So my house, or the house across the street that we have with the 5 acres in my shop, and then I'm at our other house in the other shop for Heidi's place right here. This is my old body shop, and this is Heidi's deal right here. But my shop across the street with 5 acres in that house, $25,000.
Really?
That's my fab shop. You see me working in? Swear to God, bro. Yeah, 25 grand.
Yeah, but it's cold.
And I'm looking to downsize from New York. And in North Carolina, the downsize that's cutting me in half is almost going to be like $400,000 or $500,000.
Man,
that's crazy, ain't it?
New York prices are crazy.
It's bigger, everything, So I'm happy.
Hey Ray, what town are you in, or where are you at? What state is it?
I'm in Nassau County. I'm on Long Island in New York. If you look at the map, it's that little thing that sticks out on the bottom.
But how far from Terry though?
Not too far. I maybe, if I get there without traffic, I think I could hit him in like 35, 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. You're real close to him then.
Yeah.
Distance wise, not too far, right?
Distance wise, right.
Time-wise.
If I got to do it during the day, it might take me an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And $9.
And,
Oh my
no. I don't have to go through the city.
I saw something with tolls. I think it was Ray. I think it was one of the videos you sent, and it was a toll. It was like $14 for some bridge.
The Verrazano Bridge.
Yeah, but I'm
is
talking about
$16.
the congestion tax or whatever.
Oh, that's right, the congestion tax.
We were just talking about that last week, and then the next day they put it in place.
That's in the city. Yeah, that's if you want to go south of 61st Street. You got to pay $9 to do it.
Hey, look what he put. Look what Brand Midnight Customs put in the comments right here about Ohio, bro.
Here, I got it.
No, right. The next one up where it says welcome to Ohio or whatever. Man, I was so pissed off when we came to Ohio to excuse me, to work on the bus with you and stuff. We hit every damn toll booth. There must have been 300 of them down the highway. I'm like, what is this crap? Why don't we just start throwing money out as we're driving, man? Pissed.
Especially since you paid for that road.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You know, that's freeway that they're turning into toll roads.
Yep.
I
It's
first
such a
ran
bunch
into
of
that
crap.
when I got stationed in D.C. at the Pentagon, and I'm driving up on the interstate, and all of a sudden it says stop at toll booths, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Well, I found out. Except it was cheap. I only had to pay a quarter.
Yeah, but it's just like one more way to steal your money, man.
Oh, it is.
Yep.
Damn it. Our taxes paid for the roads that they're now putting tolls on. At least most of them.
That's one of the reasons I moved out of California. The day the lady at the DMV, my insurance and everything, it all kind of like combined all that week. And it was $2,700 for me to register my truck. And I was like, what? I went home and crushed it. I went home and crushed it in my driveway. Honest to God. I was like, I'm done. I'm out. And then like an idiot, I crushed this truck. I'm going to scrap it out because I was so pissed off. And the bus driver comes up, dropping my little girl and my son off from the school, and just starts bawling. And everybody's like, what's wrong? And she's like, did he get in a wreck? And because she sees the truck. I'm like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, have you guys heard of a Sick Week?
Oh yeah,
No.
The Dragon Drive.
yeah.
Taylor the Dragon.
No. It's a Dragon Drive with Tom Bailey.
That's what Chassis John wanted to do, Lewis. He was talking about it.
Okay.
He was gonna take his car there when he got it done.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do it, but I'm just this thing called the Sick Ward, which you just follow the path. You don't drag race, but you just get to hang out in the pits and cruise around with them and everything. So I'm gonna do that at the end of this month. So I'm looking forward to that. This should be fun.
Nice.
I don't really have anything that I trust to actually drag race and go to all the different places. So I'm just like, I've gone to, they've come because it's in Georgia and Florida, and they've come to the local track down by me, and I've gone every year just for the one day to hang out and watch some drag racing. So this time I'm like, man, I would like to just go and do the whole thing. So that's what I just got to figure it out. It's going all the way to Georgia. That's coming back down, like passing my house the next day. So it's gonna be a lot of driving for me. I just gotta figure it out.
But it's an experience,
Yeah, I know. It's like I'm thinking of it as like a trial for like a hot rod power tour or something. Because hot rod power tour, I have to go there and then go all around. Now I'm traveling in my area. If something really bad happens, I just drive home.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that hot rod power tour, Midnight Customs, Brandon and myself, about, I don't know, a couple hours ago, right before we got on here, we were talking about the hot rod power tour or whatever. It's something I'd like to go. That'd be fun to go to, man.
I think me and Terry might do it this year, I think.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the Facebook groups for hot rod power tour, and it seems like it's a lot of turned into just sitting in traffic. If you follow the route. There's people the cars are sitting in traffic, overheating, and it's during the summer, hot weather, and it's like, so I'd like to do it, but if it's,
that's when you find out if your car is good, because if you don't overheat, you know that you've got a good system.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you see videos and just, everybody's just, the driving part is just 10 miles an hour the whole time.
That's what tripped me out. My Roadster, it's never, ever given me any problems. And we went to St. Paul back to the 50s, and there's like 13,000 cars, people everywhere. And we were just creeping through the car show, and my Roadster started overheating. I told Heidi, I'm like, what the heck? Yeah. Something's not right. I'm like looking like something's going on, That car has never overheated or anything like that, never broke down, nothing. And it tripped me out. But later that day, after it burped out a bunch of antifreeze, and we shut it off, and I got yelled at. They wanted us to move the car. I'm like, hey, I can't drive it. There's people right here. I can't overheat my motor, Yeah. And so we let it cool down for a second, then got out of there. But we went to a side road and parked. Well, that morning I had taken the cap off, which I don't know. I never hardly ever do that. I always check it like in the shop and stuff. But I don't think it like burped all the way, so it had like maybe an air bubble. Because as soon as I did that, it came up, burped, and then that was it. It never overheated for the rest of the day like that,
Yeah.
It was a trip. But yeah, if you can go, big horsepower motor and whatever and drive through traffic like that, that's, to me, like, I think it was Papa Squirrel that just said that. That's like a test, for your vehicle. That's pretty cool.
Yep. I think it's impressive when you can do that, because too many cars I've seen that are fast and that can't idle more than about 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's what this. Yeah, that's what this drag drive is. There's cars that run like low 7-second quarter miles, and then they put the regular tires on and they go drive it around. It looks funny because they have the big, huge tires when they're drag racing, and then when they go drive, they put these little. I mean, it's skinny, but they're normal tires, and it's totally tubbed in. They drive around with that.
What's that? That chick that does that on Instagram and stuff? She's starting to get kind of famous.
Alex Taylor.
Yes.
Her Chevy, like 55 Chevy, I think. Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
55.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, that thing's a monster, and she drives that thing like that. You know.
It's a pickup.
No, it's a car.
No, it's a car. I saw her last year, and she was underneath the car. I mean, she works on the stuff. You've seen her on the other car show, whatever, Hot Rod type Garage or whatever. But she was underneath the car with her dad, pulling out the transmission. You know, getting to work. I'm like, damn, that's pretty cool.
Have you seen her race, Lewis?
No.
Man, that girl don't mess around, bro. That thing is so fast. Like she's kicking everybody's ass.
Oh yeah.
What do you think, Keith? What do you think she's got for horsepower in that car?
I have no idea.
It's got to be like 1,500 or more.
I was gonna say $2,000, 25 maybe, because it's all steel.
I think it was 18. I think it was 1,800. 1,800.
1,800.
And she drives this thing on the street and like goes on the track and just
Yep.
tears them up. Makes guys look stupid, man.
What's her
Well, the
name?
other thing is she's a small girl, so she has the weight advantage too. So she's just she weighs nothing.
What kind of
she's a
car is it?
little tiny skinny thing. She don't weigh nothing.
It's a 55. It's a 55 Chevy.
ain't it?
Yeah.
I think it's a
It's
55.
Alex Taylor Racing is the name.
Yeah,
of it.
she's on her YouTube page, on her YouTube. She's building her garage and everything. She's in the middle of getting a garage, building a garage. And
You know what's funny? She just got engaged to, I don't know whoever, right? But the guy's last name is also Taylor. I'm like, what?
She live in West Virginia?
Huh?
Does she live in West Virginia?
Oh, I don't know. Is that a thing there? Marry your cousin?
Well, I'm impressed. I'm impressed by any lady that works on their own cars.
Yeah.
Although I like to look at the one, I want to see their hands. That's like my wife says when she watched some of these shows with these women on them. I want to see their hands. Are they scarred? Do they have scratches, bloody spots, grease under their fingernails?
Yep.
Don't give me a shit about working on cars if all you do is talk about them.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Yep. Well, she works on them. Unlike
I miss
the other
Heidi
person.
since Heidi's been in this shop doing her thing. She's not with me no more, you know. But we used to build some cool stuff together. It was fun, man. We'd stay out there till 3-4 o'clock in the morning sometimes, music blaring, and then working on something, grinding or whatever. She always teases me. She's like, "You look like some GQ model, all clean." And she'd walk in the shop and walk out just be covered in grease and oil. Yeah, cracks me up.
That's great.
But I got some pictures of her in my phone where she's underneath the lift and stuff, working on the cars, whatever. And now she's got a little short finger because that one that the dog bit off, but it don't even slow her down. She's still out there working, you know. She's a tough bitch though. That night she was doing this workout thing and she got her finger bit off. We go to the surgery that night. We come home. She literally gets out of the truck and she's like, "All right, I'm gonna go finish working out." I was like, "Huh?
Yeah.
Finger bit off, man."
Did you kill the dog?
No, I wanted to, bro. I wanted to. Yo.
You didn't get the finger back and put it back on? Can't they patch it back on?
They did a really good job though. You can't even hardly, like, she literally has just a little bit left where you can see, but you honestly you can't tell if you look at her hands. But without you like really looking at it, you can't tell she's even missing part of her finger now, you know. They did a good job on it.
Reminds me of my old shop teacher. He had his hand looked like this. He's like, "Yeah, watch out for those saws." The wood shop guy, Two-Finger Joe.
Yeah.
What's the song, Ray?
Got it. That's it.
Grandpa used to, he had one like that, and he'd sit there and stick it so it looked like he had his finger
up his nose.
Gross people. Like, he did it in restaurants and things like that just to watch people. Try not to watch him.
Yeah.
My grandfather lost the tip of his finger. Was a plumber. Was on the threading machine, putting a pipe thread in. And when he slit that finger, he grabbed a hold of that and ripped it, pulled it off, and chucked it on the side and pulled all the nerves out of his arm.
Oh, God.
And then kept on working. And the guy that his helper finally talked him into going, and he had picked the finger up and wrapped it up, but it was too late. But my grandfather was a tough old bird. I wish I had a chance to meet that guy, because I tell you one thing, to rip the finger off and keep on working was pretty tough.
I was underneath my Suburban one time, and I'm using this transmission jack out in the driveway in the dirt and mud and whatever. Old school, just changing my transmission and transfer case right there. And because I stripped out the flex plate or whatever it was. And so I'm using the transmission jack and I'm jacking it up and it's not going up. And I'm like, what's it jammed on? Like, what the hell's going on? And I'm reaching on this jack and it would not go up. Well, come to find out, there was a bolt that came out of the, where I couldn't see down there on the jack that was just catching just enough. And as soon as I was like, oh, maybe it's that right there, I stuck my hand up in there and that thing went wham and got my finger, whacked the end of my finger off. And I was like, damn it. So I called my mother-in-law. I'm like, hey, do you have a second to take my finger up and whatever and look at it, see if it's okay or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I'll check it out. She comes down there and she looks at it. And she goes, yeah. And she literally was like, oh. Because I was like, there's something like, is that the bone or what? But it was my fingernail was jammed in my finger. So she had to like take it out first. She turned green, bro. She was just like,
hey, we took our fingers for granted, man.
I didn't get smashed. I got cut real bad a couple times. I used to work at a drive-through dairy place and some glass cuts, and like the first time it happened, it was actually this finger. I got cut, lost the nerve in his finger. So you go to the ER, and I was like, I was young. I was like 17 or whatever. And they said, okay, we're going to clean you up, and we're going to, we'll numb it, and we'll stitch you up. Okay, cool. And I was fine. Everything was cool until she comes over with the needle. I'm like, all right, now where's she putting it? She's putting it in, in the open. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, no, we got to get it right in there. I'm like, oh, shit. A couple of years later, this is how I learned. And to this day, I do not try to catch anything that falls, because that's how I got cut the second time. We just stocked out the milk in the cases, and we really stocked it up pretty heavy for the next guy, the night guy. And now as he's checking the register, you're doing the last couple customers, and I go to take a bottle of milk off the top shelf, and it slipped out of my hands, and I went to catch it. But what was between me and the bottom was all the gallon jugs of milk. So that bottle trapped my hand and broke, and opened up right here on that line there. Holy shit! Blood everywhere. Back to the ER, and now I knew the drill. So I'm sitting there and I'm holding my hand, and everything is cool. The nurse is checking it out, and she gives me shots. I don't look when she's doing the needle, and then I'm just sitting there waiting for the doctor to come in. I'm looking at my hand, and it opened up like this. It just kind of did one of these like whoop, and I never saw the inside of my hand before, but it was like purple and red. It had this like black out of sight, and my stomach instantly flipped. I was like, oh shit. Like, how do they do this for a living?
After a while, you get used to it. After you throw up a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, I didn't have enough. So, then I was getting ready for, there was a big show called Let East out here. It was a 50s show, big car thing in Jersey. And
I wanted to go to that so bad when I was younger. Man.
Yeah, I used to go every year. So I was getting the car ready, and I was changing the tires. I had Corvette rims and big, L60 15s. So I was trying to bust the L60 off the rim. And now this was summer. It was I guess it was in July, early August. Yeah, because that meet was late. So it was hot. It was humid. You're sweating. And I want a tire machine. I was all greasy. I was totally black. You couldn't see my hands, the color of my hands, from doing work on the car. And I couldn't get the bead to break. So I took the tire tool, and you bang on the bead to try to bust it, off through. This is on our old Coates 1010 machine, and I'm hitting it. I didn't realize, but as I was doing that, my hands were slipping down the tool, and that last shot, my hand slipped. I didn't feel it, and my finger was down there when the tool came down, and with everything I had, I felt it. I was like, oh, that doesn't feel good. and I picked my hand up and just through all the black grease, all that red came through.
Ugh.
And it was like, what a contrast. I mean, again, it was like nothing but blood. And I saw the skin flapped open. So I just went outside. I put my hand, I held pressure on it. I just sat there. My buddy comes out of the shop. He goes, "Oh, what are you taking a coffee break?" I was like, "Dude, no, I think I'm done. I think you got to finish this up." I said, I'm not going to finish this. He goes, "Why?" I just held my hand up, blood's dripping everywhere. He's like, "Oh my God." Yeah. So now I had to wait, go to I went to like a medical center and they got to clean you up. She's like, "What were you doing?" I was like, "I was working on a car." So that they're scrubbing the grease off, with a scrub brush. And
that hurts.
Yeah, and the fingers half flapped open too. So at that point, I was like, "Yeah, just do what you got to do." They stitched that up, and off I went again.
It's crazy how fast you can get hurt.
Yeah. So, like I said, from that other thing with the milk, when something falls, I just do this, like let it fall.
When we're talking about that right there, Ray, and you're talking about going like this. When I worked for this company in California, I was an iron worker, and we're getting all the iron and all the stuff to put up a building. It was on a big rig flatbed, and they had these stickers in there, and we were going to try to move them, but one was caught or whatever. And I told the operator, go like this, put your hands up, and they always, so they don't bump nothing or whatever.
Right.
Well, the idiot looks at me, puts his hands up like this, and we made eye contact, and I stuck my hand in there like this to move that stuff out of there. And all that iron for, a building that's, 80 by 100 or whatever it is, or even bigger, who knows, all that weight come down on my hand and just smack the piss out of it, like flatten my finger. So I went to the doctor and whatever, and they wrapped it up, and the doctor's like, "It's not broken." They x-rayed it, and they're like, "It's just really, really bad." And he's like, "You might want to take a couple of days off because your finger's gonna be hurting." Yeah. And so I'm in there with my boss a couple of days later, and it was like the Christmas party or something, I don't remember. And all these people are standing around, and the secretary says, "This is ridiculous. You can come back to work. We have, the carpenters all the time hit their hands with a hammer or whatever." And I go, "Yeah, but this is really bad." And she's like, "I've heard all that, blah, blah, blah." Being a smart ass, Yeah. And my boss just kind of gives me a nod, like, "Go ahead." And I unwrapped it like this, and I showed her, and she goes, "Oh my God, just take a couple weeks off."
Yeah.
I go,
You cartooned it, man. You flattened it like Wile E. Coyote.
It was bad, man.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Well, I learned when you're working with things, don't be tired. And if you're tired and you know it, quit.
Papa Squirrel, I'll tell you, when I'm in the shop now, I'm old. I'm the old guy over there. And I can tell when I start like catching my toe on the ground and tripping a little bit, or if I start dropping things, I'm done. I had enough. I had enough. Those are my triggers now. It's like, don't push it because you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 6 years ago, I was splitting some wood, and I was splitting this cypress stuff, and it was eucalyptus, and man, it was tough.
Tough stuff.
And I had the splitter going straight up and down. Well, I was kneeling beside it, and I was thinking, as soon as I'm finished with this one chunk, I'm going to quit because I feel tired.
Always that last piece.
Oh, yeah, it went up. And for some reason, I'm looking at the plate down there, and I'm going, "Oh, that might be causing why it's not splitting right." I got my hand down there, and I'm sweeping the sawdust off, and all of a sudden, that chunk of wood fell down. Smashed the finger. And I didn't even want to look at it. I'm just holding it, going, "Oh, fuck, this hurts." So I go into the wife, and she said, "What's wrong?" I said, "We got to go to the emergency room." She said, "Why?" "I smashed my finger. I'm not turning anything loose." So we go to the emergency room, and I'm sitting there, and there's this young kid who had put a nail through his foot, and he was pale and about damn near ready to pass out. And I look at him and said, "Wow, this must be the day." And I show him my finger. I said, "I smashed this with a wood splitter." And he's looking at me going, "That's impressive," because he was getting ready to pass out. He was pale and sweating, and I figured if I could distract him, he wouldn't pass out and get the nurses and everybody all excited.
I thought you were going to say you put him right out.
No, He was like, he goes,
Well,
wow, that's pretty bad.
you
Yes,
know,
it is.
talking about Pale, I got another one in my list. I was helping a guy. He was building a room on a house, and I was helping him. We went to Home Depot. We bought all the wood, and we had his van, and we're loading all the pressure treated lumber, and like he's pulling it off the cart and sliding it down to me, and I'm grabbing it and sending it into the van. So we got a nice little thing going. We're loading a lot of wood. And at one point, I felt something hit my hand, but I didn't pay any attention to it. And we keep going, and I get in the driver's seat, and he comes around. We're gonna just check, make sure where we're going. He looks at me, he says, "Whoa," he says, "You all right?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "You don't look good." I'm like, "I feel fine." He goes, "Dude, you are white as a ghost." And it was hot out. It was the summer, and I wasn't sweating. That was the weird thing. He says, what happened? I said, "I don't know. I felt something on my hand, but it ended up being a splinter of the pressure treated wood got jammed into my, I guess I forget where. I know it was in the palm of my hand." So I said, "Oh yeah, look, I do got something. I got like a splinter, but it wasn't bleeding or anything." And it was funny because it ended up being a triangular shaped piece of wood, like a wedge, and it drove right down in. So I could see. I had a hole in the top of my hand, and I could see the top part, the square part of the wood. And he says, "Oh wow, we got to do something." I said, "Well, yeah, let's go unload all this wood, and then we'll go." He goes, "No, you got to go right now." He says, "You are you're totally white." And God's honest truth, he should have took me there, but I drove because we had two vehicles. So I'm like, "Well, we can't leave one here. I got to drive it, right?" So I drove myself to the to the place. Goodness. Yeah, I mean, I'm like a walking corpse here. So I go in and they start looking at me, and the girl, cleans me all up, and the same thing. She's grabbing it with a pair of tweezers, and I could feel her grabbing it, but it wouldn't budge. Then, where the hell? I think I just had a pair over here the other day. She grabbed a nice big pair of, these are small ones, but the forceps,
hemostats.
the locking hemostats. She grabbed a small pair, didn't do it. A bigger pair. Finally, she goes, "You know what? I'm going to numb you." And she made 4 cuts in my hand to relieve it. And then when she grabbed it, I could feel her pulling on it, and it wasn't moving. She really had to put a foot on my wrist and yank it. And she got out this that's when I saw that it was a wedge. I was like, wow. I said, "That was a hell of a plug." She goes, "Yeah, now you need a couple stitches because after me cutting you, it's so big." So again, yeah, that was probably the first time that I ever know I was legitimately going into shock. I may have done that once or twice other times, but don't remember it.
It's funny how what your body does when you get scared or whatever too, What were you saying?
I had back in 2002, 2003. There's when me and my wife were early on together. I worked graveyard shift. I worked downtown security, and I worked graveyard shift, and I was asleep on the couch. She came home for lunch, and she forgot her key or whatever, so she's banging on the door, and I wake up. I get up to walk across, and I stepped on a toothpick. So prior to this, her family members, whoever would come over, if they get the toothpicks out, or they were even, whether it's arts and crafts or anything, they just get them out, and and some would fall on the ground. They didn't think nothing of it. After that, I'm like, you keep those fucking toothpicks in the cabinet, and you get one. You need one, you get one. You don't get no more. They don't go anywhere. This thing went directly, I guess, as I came across, it popped up, and right at the arch, it went straight in, and it went right to the bone. I hobbled, got the door unlocked, and started hopping back, dove on the couch backwards, and I said, I stepped on a toothpick, get it out of my foot. I think it hit the bone. And so she comes over and she barely pulls. And I'm like, "No, yank it." And she pulls a little harder and said, "Yank the motherfucker, get it out of my foot." I still had to work that night. I called and told my supervisor, hey, I don't know how well I'm gonna be tonight. And I told him what happened. He goes, a toothpick? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah.
I come in and I had my foot all wrapped. I showed him, I unwrapped my foot, and he goes, oh, I guess you weren't bullshitting. I said, I'm not. I said, but hey, you got me here. I'll work. I don't care. But
Isaac, I'll go you one better. You forget all the stupid shit that happens to you in your life, you know? In the summertime, well, even tonight, when I go take the garbage out, I don't put shoes on. I'm wearing socks. But in the summer, I don't have shoes on. Sometimes I have socks on. Sometimes I don't. I'm barefoot. And my neighbor, there's this bush right between my driveway and hers, and I fucking hate it. I cut the thing that she doesn't cut shit, and it's got thorns on it. It's a little sticker bush, and I cut the bejesus out of this thing. Well, it happened to me twice already. Going out to take the garbage out, I would step, like one of those thorns was in my driveway, and I would step on it, and the next day you feel it. Like, what the hell is that? And I had to go to a podiatrist twice to have him remove it because your body sucks it in. It takes the thing inside. I mean, the first time I thought it was just an anomaly. It was a weird, but it happened again, like another couple of, like 2 years later.
Wow.
I was like, son of a bitch, man. The stupidest little thing, this dopey little thorn. And man, then it can get infected, and there's all sorts of shit that can happen.
Hey, I was going to tell you, Coach. I didn't want to interrupt Ray, but Dave Knapp. When I was like in grade school, my dad's buddy, Dave Knapp, his wife. This is in California where I live, but she walked out her driveway and somebody had dropped a toothpick or spit it out, and because it had like stuff from your mouth on it or whatever, it poked in her foot. Gets infected, and she knew she stepped on it, so she like broke it off and got it out of there as best she could. And then she ends up, this is like a month later, she was having all these like problems and whatever. It went up her vein up to like, top part of your leg. They had to cut her leg off, bro.
Holy shit.
Yeah, over a damn toothpick, bro.
Yep, I believe it.
Wow. I guess it was in her grass like this, or on her driveway or whatever, and she stepped on it and it went same thing as what you said right there.
Yeah.
But somebody had spit it out of their mouth, so the stuff.
So you had the saliva and stuff on it.
Yeah. Nasty, man. I get so pissed off about if I see somebody throw a toothpick down, I'll beat their ass, man. It freaks me out. It's like, that's scary.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I freak out about it too. I'm lucky enough that the one I stepped on was sterile in the sense that it was it just fell out of the box.
It was new,
it was new. But after that I'm like, I freak out about toothpicks. Keep them put away. You need one, you get one. Don't leave stuff laying around. But even like Ray, when you say about going outside barefoot, I don't go outside barefoot. I don't go, and when I leave the house, I don't go in chanclas and slide slippers, flip flops. And it's funny because the kids will go to the school. And they'll be wearing their Crocs and their flip flops. And I'm like, I can't believe you come out the house with house shoes on. House shoes belong at home. Why do you come out like that? And they're, Coach, why are you so against it? And I said, man, if you got to get, if all hell breaks loose, if shit hits the fan, I said, you got to run or you got to stand your ground. You want shoes. I said, I've always got my shoes on.
Well, you go out without shoes on, you step on like a snake fang or something.
Yeah, out here there's snakes. That's the other thing.
When I get out of bed and put my pants on, I put my gun on and my shoes. When the day's over, I take my shoes off, my gun off, and my pants. That's the order.
Well, I went
right now, aren't you?
Huh?
You're wearing pants right now, aren't you?
No. well, here's a good sign if I am.
There you go. You got pants on.
So I overheard you guys. Trying to make my way to bed. I overheard you guys talking about like Ray there get something cut out of his hand and everything. And I told you guys earlier while I was on here, I had surgery Monday. Well, this was a little over 27 years in the making from when I was electrocuted in 1997. There was almost 200 staples in my left leg where a hole was blown. And they didn't get all the staples. And on the 29th of December, my leg swelled up and busted from infection. And anyway, they did x-rays and everything. There was something in there that ain't supposed to be there. And Monday, they pulled out 2 staples and a 4-inch by 4-inch piece of gauze. Had been in there since 1997.
Wow.
Now I'm left with permanent scar tissue problems for the rest of my life. And I'm suing the crap out of these people.
I wish you luck because
medical malpractice.
I wish you luck because they fucked up a nerve and tendon in my right arm doing a contrast study. And that's when I learned that, first off, they shouldn't have left me in there by myself because I couldn't tell them to stop because it blew out. So they pumped me full of about 60 cc's of contrast media. It swole my arm up. I had big blisters. And so I tried to sue them for the damaging my, well, actually they destroyed it because I still got nerve pain, even with pain pills. And we go to this lawyer and I don't know how long, and all of a sudden he goes, oh, I can't do anything because I can't find anybody to say that that's something that's harmful. What?
Yeah, well, these guys already at the wound care center, the x-ray technician already gave the explanation of, what was seen and found. I got copies of the x-ray film plus the explanation. I've got the type of infection. Excuse me. This infection, there's different types, I guess. This one particular infection, because of that, basically has now caused me this tissue damage that can't be reversed. And if it had gotten into like my bloodstream, I would have died before I even got to the hospital.
Wow.
That's how bad it was. And they're at fault. And all this is documented, and I'm pretty upset because it's pretty much grounded me until I get this took care of. I got home health coming in twice a week. I got to go to the wound care every Monday now for the next 12 weeks, and there's a hole in my leg 2.5 inches freaking deep.
I'm sorry, Joey, but I just find it kind of ironic that a guy that gets electrocuted talks about being grounded.
Yeah, well, hey, it did short fuse me,
Yep.
But yeah,
leaving the gauze in is what I have problems with.
They leave gauze and instruments. Yeah, they leave tools.
Yeah, well, and this doctor, it's all documented from even back from 97, 98 when he was doing all those reconstructive surgeries on my right arm and my wrist. I was constantly having to have him cut me open to pull gauze out that was hanging out of my freaking arm.
Holy
shit. And all that's documented. So it's sad when you're in a hurry and you leave crap behind, but it's even worse when you leave it behind in someone else's body.
Yeah, yeah.
And, he's great as far as being a surgeon. If it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have circulation or movement in my fingers or my left foot. But the principle of it, this could have cost me my leg or my life.
Yeah. It's not doctors and surgeons that leave that shit in. It's the technicians and nurses.
Yeah, that's what I say. The people helping,
all the doctor does is do the operation and then leave out.
And someone else closes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Hey, I don't want to. I'm going to get off here, you guys.
Yeah, I'm going there too. It's getting late.
All right, Marco.
Yeah. Good night, Grandpa.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
all you guys,
man.
man. Thanks for the invite and everything tonight, bro.
Yeah, come anytime, bro. You family.
Hopefully, I'll see you guys next Thursday because everything's finally calmed down where we could start doing this more.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, he got out of doing septic business.
Take care.
Everybody that came in on the chat and everything too, I really appreciate it supporting Lewis Lee and Ray and Brian and everybody. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Arco.
Right. Good night, guys.
Take care, Arco.
Good night, Arco.
See ya.
I'm gonna get to my bedtime. So Ray, I don't know if you want to stay on, but
Yeah, we'll say a few minutes. We'll close it up. Yeah, but let's close it down.
Okay. All right, fellas.
Good night.
Everybody in the chat room, man, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And we do this every Thursday night at 9, so you're always welcome to come hang out. And if you have something you might want to promote, let me know, and I can get you on the screen. And everybody else, have a safe week. Oh, man, I like that cup.
Yeah.
Oh, man, look at the swag.
Yeah. There we
Yeah.
go. There. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody in the
I
chat
gotta get me
room,
some.
if you'd like to support our channel, you can go check us out at planandtraffic.com. And we got the swag going on.
Yep.
Tell you what, guys, he lives closer to me than all of you. If you just pay for the stuff, I'll save you on the shipping. I'll wear it for you.
Yeah, there you go. All right, thanks, guys. I'll see you next week.
All right, Lewis.
Yep. Later, Lewis.
See you, Lewis. Thanks.
Take care, Lewis.
Yeah. I'm gonna skin out too now and finally go to bed. But yeah, that got me going when you guys talking about this because it's just burnt me up.
Alive.
You know,
Don't
it's
blame
upset
you.
me.
Yeah.
So
Don't blame you.